Ever wondered what a future built on your strengths, those things you're actually good at and enjoy doing, would really look like? Let's see what the science suggests. Hi there, Michelle here from Shell McQuaid TV. We're helping you find ways to move from functioning to flourishing by putting the latest science to the real world test. Now recently I've found more and more companies are encouraging their employees to discover their strengths by using popular online tools like the VIA Survey, Gallup Strengths Finder and Realise 2. Now of course it's great to discover what you're good at and actually enjoy doing at work. But after getting your results, I find most people struggle to know how to develop their strengths to really improve their confidence, their energy and their outcomes at work. Having coached hundreds of people now through this dilemma, I've found that it helps to get really clear on what your strengths-filled future might actually comprise. But just how does a vivid image of your future help turn your dreams into reality? Well, drum roll please. Positive images pull us forward into positive actions. As Professor David Cooper-Ryder, one of the world's leading researchers in creating positive change, taught me, positive images pull us forward into new possibilities that fuel us with hope and put us on the road to finding solutions, helping us to realise that we have the power to make things happen. Now, just how does this work? Well, the very idea of having the rewards that come from getting something that we're hoping for is enough to kickstart a cascade of dopamine, our brain's reward drug, through key neural pathways. And this has the power to move us from intention into action. For example, for decades, the 4-minute mile was considered a natural limit for runners. It was unthinkable that the human body could go any faster. Then English athlete Roger Bannister set himself the impossible goal of beating it, started training accordingly, and in May 1954 he shattered this barrier on an Oxford track. Now within 3 years, 16 other runners had also surpassed this human limit. There was no fundamental leap in human evolution. What had changed was their ability to imagine what was possible. So positive images pull us forward into positive actions. And perhaps this is why Albert Einstein once famously said, imagination is more important than knowledge. It may also be why Professor Martin Seligman, the founder of positive psychology, recently proposed that intelligence is not what you know, but how well you simulate the future and act on your predictions. So just how can you get clear on what your strengths-fueled future looks like? Well, firstly, it helps to understand how you're already using your strengths in ways that are respected and valued in your work. Now, if you think back on those times where you felt really engaged, energised and enjoying what you're doing at work, you'll find one or even more of your strengths are present in each of these moments. Secondly, don't just dream of bigger, faster, stronger when it comes to developing your strengths. Instead, take a few moments and really consider what you want and why. As John F. Kennedy once said, effort and courage are not enough without purpose and direction. You see, studies have found that purpose goals around growth, connection and contribution, rather than profit goals around money, power and popularity, not only leave us feeling more satisfied and confident about ourselves, they also improve our well-being. So what inspires your work beyond your need to just make money? And what gives you a sense of fulfillment or purpose? What will cause you to leap out of bed in the morning? Then finally, sit down somewhere quiet and with a pen and paper, select a future point in time. It could be 6 months, a year, 3 years or more, depending on how far you want to stretch. Then try to capture as vividly as possible what would be happening in your life if everything had gone as well as it could and you were using your strengths each day to create the kind of life that would make your purpose a reality. What would you be doing? How would you be feeling? What would people be saying about the difference that you were making in the world? How would the world around you start to look different? Now if you can, try and spend at least 15 to 20 minutes journaling this down just as a stream of consciousness exercise. Don't judge it, don't edit, just let it flow out. And in fact, if you can, try to repeat this exercise for 3 days in a row. You'll find on the first day, all the obvious ideas you've already been toying with are captured. On the second day, you'll start to step outside your comfort zone a little more. And by the third day, you'll find ideas emerging that you've only ever dared whispered in the deepest parts of your heart. Now you'll find a play sheet below this video to help you with this step if you'd like more guidance from my new book, Your Strengths Blueprint. And if you want to take a first step towards living a strengths-fueled future right now, then share this video with your family and friends, especially those who might be longing for more from their work this year. And if you like more practical and playful ideas from the latest science on human flourishing, then be sure to subscribe or stop by michellemcquaid.com, leave your name and email address so you can hear all our news first. In the meantime, thanks so much for watching Shell McQuaid TV. Remember, you are good enough, so don't be afraid to let your strengths shine. Until next time, take care.
My name's Charlie, and my strengths are humour, curiosity, love of learning, and kindness. When I grow up, I'd love to be an awesome video games designer. And here's a joke for you that I learnt. How do you make two bagpipers play in harmony? You shoot one.